Hello everyone and welcome to another really special episode of number 27. Just check out what I've got today. This is a really rare car, one of only 63 that are in the UK, and altogether right-hand drive there was only about 139 I believe. Altogether 2,100 cars were produced, so very rare. And just look at it as well, how pretty is that? Now I am not a fan of convertibles generally, unless they were designed specifically to be convertibles, but this, and that does extend to 911s, but this, the raked back screen, the speed hump, the turbo body, you just cannot deny that it works so well. It's really pretty much a standard 3.2 underneath. It's got obviously the wider turbo track and so on, so it'll be interesting to take it for a drive and see how it actually goes. So this has all the turbo running gear, so the suspension, the brakes and everything else, but not the turbo engine. Also that front bumper is actually bespoke to this car as well. I think the valuations for these go for between 150 to 200,000 pounds and over. This is going to be pretty much one of the most valuable cars I've ever driven, so I'm going to be very careful with it. Right, let's see how she drives. Yeah, Chris, the owner, said that the original guys who got this, it was part of a collection, and they spec'd it to the max, so it's got aircon and all that kind of stuff, plus with the turbo running gear. She's not going to be a lightweight. That's not what it's really about. I think if you wanted something to go quick in, you would have got a turbo. Isn't this amazing? Oh, it just looks stunning. Even going, I'm not going to be driving this fast, and even going at these speeds, the beauty of these old 911s is that you get so much feedback, there's so much going on that it's still nice. Still good fun. The controls are all really well weighed up. The gear change is really nice to use. It's quite long, but having driven 911s before, it's certainly not a problem for me, and I enjoy using it. Now there's no steering assistance, so it is quite heavy at sort of manoeuvring and parking speeds, but as soon as you get going, it completely lightens up. It's really hard to describe, it almost feels oiled, the steering, the way it comes through. She's quite portly, so with that turbo suspension, turbo brakes, it's got aircon, it's quite a highly spec car, the wider bodywork. I think she's probably quite funky weight-wise, and you sort of have to rev it to get the most of it. It's not super fast, but there's plenty enough there to have fun with. The brakes are really good and really solid. Now normally these sort of wide-bodied but non-turbo, non-GT3 type versions, non-RS 911s, I don't know, they don't always work. Some do, some don't. In this case, having the wider body, I think it actually is a good thing. It kind of suits the character of the car. Yes, a narrow body 3.2 would probably be a little bit more alive, a little bit more ballet, I don't know, what am I saying, a little bit more ballet, a little bit lighter on its feet, I don't know. But it does work really well on this, and it's an absolutely awesome sort of little B-road car like this. The suspension's dead on for these sort of bumpy, narrow country roads. That was a little bit closer than I wanted, really. Okay, so it's perfectly set up for these country lanes. The suspension is great, absorbs all the bumps. The steering is alive and it feels oiled almost. There's just a fluidity about it. Just God, how amazingly lucky am I? This is an 89 Speedster that I'm in. God, the channel's been brilliant the last few months. I've just got to drive some amazing cars. Later on this week, I'm doing a video on a Ferrari Dino, so keep an eye out for that. Back to the Speedster. You've got this 911 dash, which didn't change for years. Personally, I love these 3.2 dials and the earlier dials. They're really nice, much nicer than, I think, than the dash and the 964, which didn't change a huge amount, but changed just enough. And I don't think it's quite as appealing in this. This is a really nice car to be in. The brakes, really powerful, as you'd expect, because they are from the turbo. Generally speaking, this car is really about the looks more than anything else, but it's actually a really nice drive as well. Heel and towing is fine. The engine doesn't have a lot low down. You have to rev it to get the best out of it. And it's just there. It's amazing. It's just behind me. You get that air-cooled goodness right there. Chris has had this Speedster for about 17 years now, and I think he's toying with the idea of selling it. I think he loves it and it's got good memories for him, but one of the things is that it's not hugely usable. Obviously you can't use it in the rain. One of the things that Porsche said, they wouldn't guarantee it would be watertight, and indeed with the roof up, if it's a big downpour, you do get a few drops coming in. But anyway, if you're interested, please let me know and I'll put you in touch with Chris if you're genuinely interested, and I'll put you in touch with him directly. Anyhow, thank you all for watching. This has been a brilliant day, a brilliant car. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please sign up to my Instagram and my Facebook page and everything else, and keep an eye out because we've got a video coming out on a Ferrari Dino, which should be pretty amazing, and loads of other stuff as well. Thank you for watching. See you soon.